Hello friends, welcome back to Love Medics. In this video, we are going to learn about the parts of pituitary gland. First, hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is a small vital region in the diencephalon, the part of brain. The diencephalon located between the telencephalon and the mesencephalon. Telencephalon means cerebrum. Mesencephalon means midbrain. So the diencephalon located between cerebrum and the midbrain. So, the hypothalamus located in interbrain and below the thalamus and above the brainstem. The function of hypothalamus are regulate the body temperature, hunger and thirst, sleep-wake cycles, hormone secretion, which is releasing and inhibiting hormone which control the pituitary gland, emotional response, fear, anger and aggressions, heart rate and blood pressure, digestion and metabolism, and reproductive processes. These are regulated by hypothalamus. Okay, why we should know about the hypothalamus in this topic? Because the pituitary gland, which is located below the hypothalamus, that's why we saw the hypothalamus. Now, pituitary gland. It is also called as hypophysis cerebri. It is a small pea-sized endocrine gland, which is a endocrine gland located at the base of brain and below the hypothalamus. It plays a vital role in regulating various body functions by control the production and secretion of pituitary hormones. So the function of pituitary gland is hormone regulation, growth and development, metabolism, reproductive process. By regulates the reproductive hormones, they are follicular stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, and prolactin. And the pituitary gland regulates the electrolyte balance by ADH, anti-diuretic hormone. The pituitary gland is divided into two main lobes. They are anterior pituitary lobe and posterior pituitary lobe. The anterior pituitary lobe is also called as adenohypophysis. It produces and secretes the hormone. And the posterior pituitary gland, it is also called as neurohypophysis. It stores and releases the hormone. It does not produce the hormone. So it stores and releases the hormone produced by the hypothalamus. The anterior pituitary lobe consists of three main parts. They are pars distalis, pars tuberalis, and pars intermedia. Pars intermedia. It is the narrow zone between anterior and posterior pituitary lobe. The function of pars intermedia is produces the hormone, which means melanocyte stimulating hormone produced by pars intermedia. This melanocyte stimulating hormone protects our skin from the UV light and it is the reason for development of pigmentation. Next, pars tuberalis. It is a tubular sheath, which means sheet that extends from the anterior pituitary lobe and wind around the pituitary stalk. This is the pituitary stalk. It located at lateral portion of the pituitary gland. The function of pars tuberalis is produces the hormones like TSH and FSH. TSH means thyroid stimulating hormone. FSH means follicular stimulating hormone. Pars distalis. It is the largest part of pituitary gland. It is located in the anterior lobe of pituitary gland. The function of pars distalis is produces the hormones like growth hormone GH, prolactin, PRL, adrenocorticotropic hormone which is ACTH. These are produced by pars distalis. Next, posterior pituitary gland. It is also called as pars nervosa or neural lobe or posterior lobe. It is the posterior part of pituitary gland. Why it is called as neural lobe? It composed of neural tissue. That's why it is called as neural lobe. The pars nervosa, infundibulum stalk. These are the parts of posterior pituitary gland. The posterior pituitary gland stores and releases the hormone produced by the hypothalamus. Median eminence. It connecting the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland. It is a vital structure in the hypothalamic and pituitary axis, which means hypothalamo-hypophyseal axis. It acts as a bridge and allowing the neurohormones produced by the hypothalamus to reach the pituitary gland. These hormones stimulating and inhibiting the release of pituitary hormones. Infundibulum, funnel shape. It is a funnel shaped structure in the pituitary gland that connecting the hypothalamus to the posterior pituitary gland. It facilitates the transport of hormones and neurohormones between two regions. The function of infundibulums are hormone transport. It allows the hypothalamic hormone to reach the posterior pituitary gland. Second one is neurohormone secretion. It releases oxytocin and antidiuretic hormone from hypothalamus into the bloodstream and then it stores in the posterior pituitary gland. Infundibulum stalk. It is also called as pituitary stalk. It is a thin, narrow structure within the infundibulum. It contains axons, blood vessel, and hormone producing cells. A simple notes. The infundibulum is the overall funnel shaped structure. The infundibulum stalk is the specific narrow structure within the infundibulum that connecting the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland. So, funnel means infundibulum, narrow tube means infundibulum stalk. Next, hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. Hypothalamo means hypothalamus, hypophyseal means pituitary gland, portal system. What is portal system? Okay, what is our blood vessel pattern? Artery which carries the oxygenated blood. Next, arteriole, then capillary. It gives the oxygenated blood to the tissue and it carries the carbon dioxide to the blood vessel and then it goes in as venule and then vein. Okay, now the pattern of portal system. First artery, arteriole, capillary, again a portal vessel and then again capillary, then venule and vein. This is the pattern of portal system. So two capillaries are there. So it gives the blood supply to two parts. So what are the two parts? Hypothalamus and pituitary. That is hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. It is a specialized circulatory system. So the hypothalamus releases the neurohormone into the bloodstream via hypophyseal portal system. The hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system carries the hypothalamic hormone to the pituitary gland. Next, third ventricle which is nearer to the pituitary gland. This third ventricle is narrow, slight-like cavity that located in the diencephalon of the brain. It is one of the four ventricles in the brain. The function of third ventricle is produce and circulating of CSF, which means cerebrospinal fluid. It is bounded by thalamus, hypothalamus, and epithalamus. Next, stella turcica. Stella turcica is the small saddle-shaped structure, which means a seed-shaped depression in the sphenoid bone. It is located in the middle cranial fossa behind the nasal cavity below the pituitary gland. It providing a protective house for the pituitary gland. So it protects the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is located in the stella turcica. Next, optic chiasma. It is also called as optic chiasm. It is a critical structure in the visual pathway. It is located at the base of brain. The location of optic chiasma is above the pituitary gland and below the hypothalamus. The optic chiasma is a flatter egg-shaped structure formed by the crossing of optic nerve. Optic chiasma function. Crossing of optic nerve. The optic nerve is the point where the optic nerve from the eye cross over, allowing from integration of visual information from both eyes. Second, binocular vision. The optic chiasma enables the combination of image from each eye and creating as a single image and creating a single unified visual perception. These are the parts of pituitary gland and nearest parts of pituitary gland. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion, give your valuable comments in the comment box. Thank you.